Welcome to episode 2. In today's recording, we're going to step inside a real moment from my own case, a one-on-one interview between detectives and a person involved. This conversation offers a raw look at how narratives are built, how pressure shapes truth, and how one interview can alter the course of a life. As you listen, pay attention to the details, the tone, the pauses, the implications behind every question. This isn't just a story, it's a glimpse into a system that many never get to see from the inside. Here we go into Donna Seiss interview.
So much for coming in and talking to me.
Go ahead and have a seat. Who are you? Mona Jennings.
Remember the phone call I gave you last week and
Yeah.
you refused to talk to me?
Yeah, because I don't know what happened.
Okay, but when I have questions in relation to, you said he's your godson?
Yeah,
And
I
it-
was going to baptize him May 6th. I didn't get a chance to. He died before that.
Okay, you're not the target here.
Yeah.
And there's no reason, unless you've done something that you want to hide from me, there's no reason for you not
But
to
I
talk to
could not
me.
even talk to you because I was at work and I can't use my phone during work hours.
Right, and well, that's beside the point now, so we're here. How do you know Juliana
She's
and
my cousin from Escobosa.
your cousin?
Yes, I met her like 8 years ago.
You live together and you didn't know you're related?
No, till my grandma asked her who her parents were and my parents were and found out we were third cousins.
Oh, okay. How long had you known Chris?
I've never met him before. I met him one day.
How long had you known Chris?
I've never met him before. I met him one day when I went to her house because I asked her why don't even come outside or anything.
Oh, so you hadn't seen him?
I've never seen him.
Uh-huh.
And I went to her house one day and I liked the little dog they had, so I seen the dog and he was like, don't be petting my dog. And I told him, well, who are you? And he says, I'm Chris, I'm Juliana's boyfriend. Dog. And I told him, well, who are you?
Okay, so right here, I'm going to go ahead and stop the interview for a second. Right here, she's already lying. If you haven't noticed, she first tells the detective she's never seen Chris, that he's never been around. However, she goes on to talk about a dog that she had seen and actually spoke with Chris. You hear different contradictions. Here's another lie that she told the detectives. First of all, baptizing a baby is a Catholic tradition, and myself and my family are not Catholic. We are Christians, so we do not believe in baptizing young children. What we believe is dedicating them to the Lord. So there's another lie.
So about end of January, February
Yes.
time frame that she makes contact again? Before, when she was married to Leandro, how much contact did you have prior to their divorce with them?
I didn't. I was in a rehab. I graduated Maya's place and I'm getting ready to graduate Crossroads if I can. But I'm going to go ahead and do another 2 years because I don't feel that I'm right yet.
Yeah, with them.
I didn't. I was in a rehab. I graduated Maya's place and I'm getting ready to graduate Crossroads if I can. But I'm going to go ahead and do another 2 years because I don't feel that I'm right yet.
Yeah.
I have a drug problem and
No, and that's big on your part to
Yes,
face
yeah.
it and admit it. So, did Leandro and Juliana and Ethan ever come over to your house, hang out with y'all?
one time that was it. That was for like 3 hours just so I could see him and that was it.
What about the Thursday before he died?
The Thursday before he died, that morning, they came to the house about 7 in the morning. I laid down with my Etho for a couple hours and then I had meetings that day, so they left and I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't contact them until like 3 days later.
Here's another lie during her interview with the detectives. She stated that neither one of us slept at her house because she lived in a transitional home. But as you listen further, the detectives lets her know that both myself and my son's father, Leandro, admitted to sleeping at her home. She also later goes on to admit that we were there at her house as well.
No other people living there or I get kicked account.
I need you to tell me the truth on this one, because anything that you say, I mean, if they spent the night, I need to know, because
No, they didn't spend the night. They came at 7 in the morning.
on Thursday,
Yes.
and then, because I got both Juliana and Leandro telling me that they spent the night at your house.
They didn't spend the night. They came at 7 in the morning. I was still asleep, so they rested for a while. I guess that's what they consider spending the night, but they didn't. I can't have people spend the night.
So
in the
where
house.
would they have stayed while they were resting?
They slept in my room. I sleep on the couch.
And so the three of them were in the bedroom?
Yes.
Okay, listen closely as she's explaining where we're all staying. She says that all three of us, myself, my son's father, and my son are in her bedroom. But if you listen closely, she's going to change the story again.
You get a good look at Ethan?
Yeah.
What about his
I had a
face?
hat. So I really didn't even think nothing about it. He looked like such a happy baby. You know what I mean? I didn't.
You didn't see
No.
a black eye?
No, he had
even
a cut lip.
cut lip?
Yeah.
Anything on his?
Yeah, he did have something on his eye. Juliana said he had fell and hit the table. I never thought nothing about it.
Did you see him up and around? Or
Yeah, I taught him how to walk that day. He was walking that day.
and how was he doing?
He was doing really good. He was scared, but all babies are scared before they walk.
And so prior to that, when would you have met Kristen the first time?
Just that time, we went and got a pizza, and we took it over there to him, and that's when he told me not to touch his dog.
And
It was
it
really like, I don't know, he was too shady for me, and I told her that. He was very strange, too quiet, he didn't want contact with people.
where was he staying in the apartment?
He was staying in her room.
Which is
Well, I never went upstairs, you know what I mean? I only went to her house twice. I never really got to walk around her house or
Right.
anything. All I seen was the baby's room and the guest room. I never went up the stairs.
so that you considered the upstairs as the master
Yes.
where they were staying.
Yes.
And the other room you called the guest room?
Yeah, it was where I guess she had people. I don't know, but it was guest room as
Yeah.
she's told me.
Who's your daughter?
My daughter is Serena.
Serena. Who is the 14-year-old that would babysit for her at some point in time? Do you know?
I have no idea.
In this interview, they're mentioning a 14-year-old that would babysit. Nobody that was 14 would ever babysit my son other than Christopher Martins, who was living with me at the time. I went ahead and had him live upstairs in the master bedroom, and I stayed downstairs across the hall, which is the guest bedroom that they're talking about, across from my son's room.
Did you find it strange
My
that...
daughter's 18. She's not 14.
Who were the two girls with? Did you go to the services?
Yes.
Where were you sitting?
Where was I sitting? I was sitting like 5 rows down.
On the left or right
On the
side?
left, I think. Like,
If you're looking at the...
Yeah.
at where
I was
the
in the
stage.
left, yeah. I was with my case manager, so there was 4 of us, 4 girls. It was me, my daughter, her friend, and my case manager.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure Serena was the name that she gave.
Serena isn't the name that we gave. The people that she's talking about is my cousin Jamie and her friend Cecilia, who was 14. They used to come over to my home and visit me quite often. So therefore, you're seeing their own perception is becoming a reality.
Did she ever talk about their relationship and if they were close or...
They weren't close. She hated his guts.
You know, their...
Donna is correct here. I did hate his guts. We were divorced. It wasn't that him and I were hanging out. If you heard episode 1, you will see that he used to harass me, come to our house. This is the whole reason why Chris moved into my home. I met him through my family member who knew him for over 10 years. So I figured that since family was recommending him to live there, he would be somebody that I can trust. This isn't just somebody just off the street that I didn't know or my family members didn't know. This was somebody that was considered a family friend to my cousin. who had introduced me to Chris. And other individuals like Donna, she really didn't know because, as she stated, she did have a drug problem. So let me go ahead and press play. Now, I know that they're really implementing on this whole that me and my ex-husband got remarried when my son had passed. Detective Jennings is kind of implying that me and him got remarried so he couldn't testify against me. That was not the case. The case was that my family, my parents did finally accept him. They basically saw him as the lesser of the two evils, meaning between him and Chris. Me and him were married the first time for 11 years. So they figured that I should be with him than be alone. So despite everything inside of me saying no because of the abuse that I endured with him, physically, emotionally, and mentally, as well as verbally, I went ahead and did it because that's all I ever wanted was my family's.
Strange.
How much, since the services, or actually since he's passed, how much contact have you had with her?
She's the one that brought me here. She came pick me up this morning.
Oh, she did? It's a small, small world.
My car don't work, and I can't drive it because I don't have a driver's license. So I either take the bus here. It takes longer to take the bus all the way around to downtown and then to come back up Central. So I'll either walk or somebody will give me a ride.
And so I can't tell you not to talk to her about anything that we talk about, but the investigation is still ongoing, and that's why I'm talking to you today. I mean, you're giving me vital information.
What's vital?
Important.
Oh.
And even though it may seem like you're giving me very little, it's actually a great deal of help.
If you're asking if Juliana would hurt her baby, no. She would leave her baby with that man.
Would she cover up for him?
I think she was having feelings for him.
And she'd go as far as to...
Well, I had asked her if she thinks that if he had did it, and she told me she thinks it was an accident.
And I can tell you,
which I think wasn't.
It was from the second that the baby was contacted by FMO and paramedics and stuff.
My mom even told me she heard on the news that the baby, that wasn't the first time they've heard the baby cry. This is kind of hard for me because I miss him. But
all his injuries were non-accidental.
I know that. And they said that he had fell in the tub, but when the detectives got there, he was not even wet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was an accident.
How'd you know he wasn't wet?
Because I asked Juliana if he was wet. She said no, he wasn't wet. You know, she's the only one. Me and her, you know what I mean, we're like good friends, we're cousins, but, you know, when she needs to talk, she's taking this really hard. Very hard. You know what I mean? I would be too, you know what I mean? I don't know if her leaving him with him was a good idea, not knowing this guy, you know what I mean? But I don't think she actually, it's the first time being a mom, and it's pretty hard being a mom the first time, because actually you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Second time's a piece of cake. You know what I mean? But
no, I wouldn't think so. I don't think the more you have, the easier it gets, I don't think.
Well, I have 2 kids, and you know what? My kids are they're teenagers right now. They're in good health. Thank God, you know, but this is the second baby I've lost. You heard about the baby March 8th?
Mike.
That's my nephew.
And how old was he? He was about
18 months.
So a year and a half. And he choked on a pancake? And they deemed it accidental?
Yeah, it was an accident. And if they didn't know CPR, by the time they got the nurse from a couple of the doors down, it was already too late.
Yeah. That's too bad. So prior to her contacting you again, was it strange? I mean, did you find it odd that now, after all this time, she'd make this connection again, or?
Well, actually, me and her, when she was pregnant with Ethan, me and her got in a big old fight. Mm-hmm. Okay, because I was a real bad drug user. I was on the run. Okay, and she tried to degrade me inside my grandma's house. Really pissed me off.
And your grandma is?
My grandma's Susie Size.
Oh, okay.
Alfaritas. I'm sure you've talked to Carol already.
Yeah.
Okay. And I really didn't care what anybody thought, you know what I mean? Because don't spit up and let it hit you in the face. You know what I mean? You're no better than me.
Yeah, don't be throwing stones at the glass house.
Exactly. You know, don't be calling the kettle black. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to do right, you know what I mean? And all these deaths is like freaking me out. I've already got in trouble. And now I got a city job, and I'm trying to focus on that.
Right. Where are you working?
I work at the Rio Grande Zoo.
Oh, okay. What do you do?
I'm a full-time cook.
Oh, okay. In their little...
In the Cottonwood Cafe.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Now, here I don't remember ever having an argument or a fight with Donna in pertains when I was pregnant with my son. I just decided at that point not to party because as a first-time mom, I want my baby to have the best health possible with no drugs or alcohol. And some people you have to stay away from when they're doing drugs and partying. And you want to stay clean as well.
Nobody else's business, but she was just bringing them all out. So I didn't talk to her I ended up getting caught, and I did 6 months in jail, or 5 months, something like that. And then I did my rehab, and then I've done 8 months in Crossroads. So I've already contacted her. She already contacted me in January, I would believe. January, February.
And she, at that point, tells you about the divorce and...
I didn't even know they had got divorced.
When did you find out?
I found out on January.
When she made contact with you and everything. And did she talk about Chris?
Yeah, she told me she actually showed me a picture of him. And told me she's got a new friend. He's just a friend. He didn't want a relationship with her. But he was living with her. You know what I mean? Found that kind of strange. You don't want a relationship, but you're staying up in my house. So come on now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, I don't know what that meant, but you know what I mean? We stuck by each other thick and thin, but now it's like I'm not trying to push her away, but I'm trying to help myself.
Right, you got your own issues to deal
problems, with. You know what I mean? I've probably been very rude with you on the phone. I'm sorry. But my boss is on my ass because it was only my third day.
Yeah.
You know, so, but I can't talk on the phone, but I have to answer sometimes because I didn't know what number it was. Didn't have a name on it. And
right.
Numbers like that come up. I have teenagers and I worry about them. My son's always in trouble and Serena's already 18, so
right.
You know what I mean? It's hard for me.
Yeah,
actually, I snuck that call.
Yeah, because when I was asking you about, you know, when to come in, when you could come in, when it was convenient for you and stuff, so...
When you asked me to come in, I had a meeting afterwards.
And so you're in the not in the process, but you're drawing away from Juliana and...
Right now, you know what I mean? The way I feel is, you know what I mean? Nobody has your back. You know what I mean? If you're going to fall... If I'm going to fall, I'm going to fall by myself. I don't need nobody to help me get in trouble. I do enough of that on my own. But, you know, my boyfriend's really jealous of anybody, you know what I mean? And so all I do is just hang out with my boyfriend. That's it.
That doesn't sound like a completely healthy relationship.
But I only see him maybe twice a week. I work all week long. He works all week long. So when we do get time for each other, it's like Juliana wants to be there too, and I can't. She's getting kind of hurt because I told her, you know what I mean, I do have a life, and it does not resolve around you.
Is Leandro with her right now? How do you interact with him?
I can't stand it. Not to be mean, but he's not all there. He thinks he knows everything, and it just pisses you off.
No, I've seen, especially there at the services, I saw how the family reacted around him and everything, so you're not telling me anything.
Supposedly, their family used to hate him. And then all of a sudden now they want him to get remarried. That's what I can't understand.
I can't understand the whole situation.
I can't either. You know what I mean? And I'm just, you know, I'm trying to stay strong for myself and my children. You know what I mean? Because they need me.
How close are you to Carol?
My Aunt Carol's not all there.
No, I remember her.
Aunt. She got she got in a bad accident, and ever since then she's been off her rocker.
Yeah.
She fights with everybody. She's like,
yeah, she told me. I mean, she knows herself. She calls herself the evil twin.
Yeah, she's awful.
Yeah.
She's awful. I mean, she's my aunt. I respect my elders, but I've been wanting to hit her sometimes because she comes out with some good ones. She fights with my daughter, calling everybody a bitch. You know what I mean? She's mean to everybody. She calls the cops on everybody every 2 minutes. And when she's the one that gets arrested because she's the one that's always intoxicated.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
How close is Juliana and Carol?
Well, that's when I started hanging around with Juliana again because she was hanging out with my Aunt Carol.
If you listen to episode 1, you'll understand who Carol is. Carol was one of the individuals why I left Chris alone with my son. I was selling drugs, as you already know, in episode 1, and Carol is a cousin of mine that I went to go sell her some drugs, and when this occurred.
And how is it? I mean, there's such an age difference and social difference.
Yeah.
I mean,
But thing or what? But I stay away from that because that's where I got raided and I got in trouble down that street. So only time I go down there is stay out of my grandma to see my son.
when's the last time you got popped?
It's been
Were you popped down there and
yeah,
where we
in
raided
Carol's house.
the whole street?
Yeah, that was me.
I was there.
That was me.
What a small world.
It was in Carol's house. That was the same house.
And when we went by her house, I was like, who
Oh,
raided this
no.
whole street?
That was me.
Because she had some guy in there, and he was outside the house.
That was my nephew, Alex. A big
No, an older guy. Gray hair, and she was cussing him out and telling him, leave me the hell alone, get out of here.
Who, my aunt was?
Yeah. Goatee, gray haired, probably about 50, 60.
Marco, maybe Marco.
Yeah, that's who I think it
Okay.
was. Damn, that's funny. That's a small world.
But I don't look the same.
No, you don't.
I was very sucked up. I weighed 80 pounds. I've come a long way, you know what I mean?
Do you suspect Juliana of using at this point?
No.
You said with partying and stuff.
Dickie Bear.
Did you see a change from before? I mean, it sounds like you had a little interaction prior to.
Yeah, long time ago, when I used to live with them, we used to use.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like, about almost 2 years ago.
And
As
what
of
were
now, she don't use, because I don't hang around with nobody that uses.
what was she using at the time?
We used coke.
Smoke, snorting, shooting.
Smoke. I'm a crackhead.
Yeah.
You know that.
Well, I'm not.
No, I am. But I'm in recovery, and
Do you guys when you guys got back together? Did you, since you're doing all this recovery stuff, have you brought it up to her? As far as her dealing with any of her demons?
I don't talk to anybody about anything. You know what I mean? I keep to myself. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't need nobody to get me in trouble.
Yeah.
I have enough of that on my own, But she does come around and we talk, but I try to keep her mind off her son, but she's taking that really hard. You know what I mean?
Well, she should. I mean, her boy was murdered.
My daughter was in a bad car accident about 6 years ago, and the high-speed chase with the 3 teenagers, Los Padillas, they pronounced my daughter dead at the scene. An 8-year-old boy, my son, broke his hip.
How long ago?
Serena was 13, so it's been about 5 years. It was on 2nd and Rio Bravo.
South 2nd. They had gone past
They wrecked right in front of a church.
into a telephone pole.
Yes, the telephone poles were on my daughter.
I was at that one.
That was my daughter.
And,
That was
and
in
the
the car.
13-year-old boy was running from the police from downtown.
I don't know where they were running from or what,
But he was driving.
yeah, and what was his name? Armando. He died.
Yeah,
They
his
pronounced-
head hit the
yeah.
telephone pole.
My daughter was right behind him. She was stuck in the car. And my 8-year-old son was in the car.
Yeah, and that's where
Roxanne.
that was a very emotional thing for me because I found it so unfair that a 13-year-old would take these small children and place them.
Well, earlier that day, he tried to kill us all. That morning. I think nothing of it because I just I did a rehab before. And I got my kids back from my mom.
And I didn't. Yeah, they did have to cut the backseat passenger out.
Yeah, she broke
And
both
then there was,
She broke her legs, her pelvis. She broke her leg in 4 places.
because he was hauling when he hit that
They
pole.
were going like 100.
And then there was a front seat passenger,
And my niece, Roxanne,
and she was holding his brain basically in her lap.
and my son broke his leg.
Being out and without Ethan, and that Ethan is being babysitted by Chris.
I couldn't understand that.
Here's where she's lying again. She was, as she called it, a crackhead who sold her body for drugs and money. Her children wanted nothing to do with her, so who is she to judge anybody for getting a babysitter because you want to go out one night?
I told her she needs... Actually, I thought Chris was hurting her.
How come?
Because, I had called her. She was supposed to come back and pick me up, take me to the emergency room for my tooth. and all of a sudden she's asleep and not answering her call, and he has the phone. And he starts texting me. I wish I would have saved those texts. But he started texting me saying, you're just jealous because I don't want your pussy and I got hers, and like some really strange shit on my phone.
How do you know it wasn't her?
Because she won't talk to me like that.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I know so. To tell you the truth. It was him because he was being very disrespectful to me on it. Because a lady would tell somebody about, I don't know how to put it past anybody nowadays, but I don't think she would, you know what I mean?
And how long ago was that?
This was like a week before he killed that baby.
You see bruises on her?
On her arms.
Where at?
Right here.
Did you ask her about them?
Yeah.
And what did she tell you?
She went down to me.
This is another place where I'm not understanding where she's saying. First, she's going off telling the detective that she didn't understand why I would remarry my son's father, and now she's saying that she told me to remarry him.
Relationship with Leandro after the divorce that is just flooring me.
Also,
Was she completely open about seeing Leandro with you?
yeah, but she don't kiss Leandro or nothing. Leandro's like her slave. To me, you know what I mean?
So she's using it.
Yeah.
Did you know she was being evicted?
No. I found that out, I guess like 2 days before she had went to court and they were fining her on $1,000 or something. I have no part of that. You know what I mean? You put yourself in a situation, you need to get out of it yourself.
Did she have a plan as to what was going to happen? Because they were going to be, they were being
As
evicted
far as I
the next
know,
Wednesday.
as far as I knew, she was going to move back with her parents. I don't know, though.
But you never, did she ever openly say, I need to do something? Was she ever stressing about it?
Yeah, she was really stressing about it because she had asked me if she could stay with me for a couple days, and I'm not going to risk losing my apartment. My kids need a home, and I'll be back on the streets, too. And being on the streets, it just makes you want to use drugs, and I don't. You know what I mean? A lot comes with being on the streets. That house I lived in, I got rid of it. I lived with no electricity, no power, nothing for a long time, and I don't want to live like that.
Carol's living. I was surprised the power and everything was on.
Well, after that, they had fixed up the apartments, and there was a meth lab.
Because they hit them again a few months later.
No, it's been a couple years since I got.
Well, after that bus, it's a great street. Raided the whole street. Raided the whole damn thing.
And I was naked.
Yep, I remember that. You guys were in that bedroom, and there was a mattress.
Done. Yes, I was done. I caught my boyfriend with the chick like 3 days before that. I didn't want no part of it no more. Nothing. I paid his bill. He ended up getting more. I didn't know about it. I just got a shower.
Yeah, it was
I was like, oh no. I said, what are you doing? He said, well, do you want some? And I was like, no, I'm done with this.
Yeah,
I need to get help. I need to get help. What you guys found was in my purse, and that was like maybe 3 tokes. The rest was what he threw under the mattress.
Right.
But that was it for me. I was done.
At that point in time, were you hanging with Juliana? Were you guys partying?
When I got raided?
Yeah.
No, she was pregnant with her baby.
So she cleaned up when she got pregnant. Did she ever talk about having problems getting pregnant or anything?
She couldn't get pregnant for a long, long time. I was surprised she got pregnant this time.
Any complications?
I don't know. I didn't hang around with her during her pregnancy, like I told you. She thought she was better than anybody because she was pregnant. You know what I mean?
And so, how many times had you been at the apartment
I went one time, and I sat there and watched
Detective Jennings is asking the same question again.
a movie with her, and then she took me home. And then the second time is when we took the pizza, and that's when I met him and his dog.
The little pom-pom?
Yeah, the Pomeranian. And I didn't even see Maito. I went to the room to go get him, and he wasn't in his room. She said he was asleep. Don't wake him.
And what time is this? Time of day.
I'd say about, we have a meeting after, so I'd say about, it was either on a Wednesday or a Tuesday, so it was either before 11 or before 4. I'm not sure, because I know she took me to a meeting after that.
And how long ago was that?
This was about a month ago.
And you didn't see
A month before Ethan passed away.
and you didn't see him at all that visit. And then the other time that you were at the house,
I didn't see him either.
and what did you say? Let me see my.
Yeah, let me see my Hito. I called him my monkey. I said, "Where's my monkey?"
Oh,
He's asleep. He's asleep. So every time I'd see him, the first time I had seen him was when she brought him to my house on that Thursday, and I hadn't seen him for since I started hanging around with him. No, I seen him one other time when she went to pick me up at my grandma's.
She's seen Ethan several times because he was with me times that I would see her.
And where?
He was in the car seat, but I didn't really get to see him. She just gave me a ride home. That was it.
And that would have been sometime.
Yeah, a little bit before, not much.
And so, what time then on Thursday? They show up at.
7 in the morning, because it was already daylight outside.
But it was early.
It was early, because I was still sleeping.
And so then what you guys? You went back to sleep.
I went back to sleep. Well, I played with him for a while. I had him right here, and just telling him, Nima loves you, and we're going to baptize you soon. Just talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't talk very much.
Where were they then?
They were both. Leandro was sitting on my chair right here. She was sitting across on my other couch.
And so.
And then I gave the baby to Leandro, and I fell back asleep, and Juliana fell asleep on the little couch, and I fell asleep on the big couch.
And where did Leandro and Ethan?
They were playing in my room.
Here's where she lied. The first time, if you remember, she said that all three of us, Leandro, myself, and my son, were in her bedroom and she was asleep on the couch. Now the story changed.
And then what time did they leave the house? Were you there the whole time?
Yeah, I was asleep.
The whole time? Why? Holy crap, woman.
At work.
7 to...
Well, I'm having a hard time dealing with the drug problem.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and there's times I do get sick and I just try to sleep it off.
Oh, okay. What conversation did you hear between her and Leandro during...
Nothing really. All they did was argue.
About she wouldn't let him see him.
And this is where she's lying again. She knows the reason why I would not let our son go with his father is because he did not have a car seat in his vehicle. So why would a mother allow their child to drive around in somebody's vehicle without a car seat?
Right. Well, and it's an easy way to get the popo on your doorstep. Did Juliana ever talk about moving back in with him? Or him getting a place and then moving in together?
No, actually, I didn't know what she was going to do. She was trying to make it like she wanted to move with me, but there was no way.
Because you're not allowed, like you said, through your program.
No.
Now, is this an apartment complex then?
Yeah, I live in I have my own apartment. I pay rent and everything, but I work for it. I work for my apartment. I do meetings every week. I see my case manager. I see my clinical director. They're on me right now because I relapsed not too long ago and I volunteered to do 5 meetings a week. But now that I'm working, I only do 2.
What apartment number is that?
I live in 29.
Is that a subsidized apartment?
No.
The program doesn't?
Yeah, they work with Crossroads. If Crossroads girls are willing to live there, they can. Because there are only 2 girls that live there.
Oh, okay.
The other parts of town were just 2.
And you're saying that nobody can live with you or spend the night or whatever?
No, just my kids.
How do they verify that you're keeping your end of the bargain? I mean,
They come and check on me.
How often?
They check on me a lot. Because there's 2 girls, like I said, there's another girl that lives there, so they come and look, check my apartment, make sure there's no men's clothes there and stuff. And I have to talk to them every day.
Your daughter, the 18-year-old, is she still living with you?
Yes, she's going to school right now, and I'm trying to get her to finish school.
High school? Or?
Yeah, she goes to a charter school.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she needs to finish school.
Yeah,
needs a
you know
diploma,
what I mean?
better than a GED.
I want her, she wants to be a nurse, so OBGYN, because this car wreck she was in, we found out she can't have babies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's lost my grandson a year ago. I busted in her tube. So
she had a tubal?
Yeah. Well, those 2 telephone poles were on her.
She was she was pregnant at that time? Or
no? We found out that she can't have babies. She can carry them for a certain amount of time.
Oh, okay.
But I guess the telephone poles that were on her, they damaged her down there, so she can't.
Oh, okay. And through the pelvic injuries and okay, gotcha.
So I put her on the shot just to make sure. So,
Depo?
yeah, so
Beautiful thing.
So she won't get no more tubal pregnancy. They removed her tube. She only has one tube.
Had she had a tubal pregnancy?
No, this was the first one. This happened last year.
And how far did that get? Did Juliana ever been pregnant before?
Not that I know of. I don't go too deep into that with her.
Had she ever told you that she had tubals and a miscarriage or anything like that?
Maybe tubal pregnancy I remember hearing about, but like I said, my brain is shot.
Yeah.
I was on drugs for many, many years. But I remember stuff that I don't want to remember. Like stuff that I want to put in the closet and keep it there.
Yeah.
I can remember that.
Oh, yeah, because you got to remember that to keep it in the closet. And so, Thursday, that day was how many times before that had Juliana come to your house? In this time frame that you guys hooked back up?
I'd say altogether, usually she wouldn't come up. She'd come for me, give me a ride. She'd beep for me outside, call me on my phone, I'm here. She's been in my house maybe 4 times at the most.
Now, this is a lie because she was still using drugs and I would sell drugs to her.
I can't think of anything else right now, but
I know who you are now, so you can call me. Don't be such a witch.
I'd appreciate that. Yeah, when you did that, I was kind of like, okay, I'm going to get a subpoena, and then did a little background on you, and I was
well,
like,
I was needed the bathroom so bad. I was like, oh no. Oh no. Stop me.
It's not a hard thing to do.
Oh, well, especially when they're on probation.
Exactly.
You got my last name and my first name. I'm on the system, so I'm fine.
And like I said, you've given me a lot more information than you know.
I hope I can help.
And like I said, I can't tell you not to talk to her about this, but I'm not done with my investigation, and I need a fair shot at determining to what extent everybody is involved with Ethan.
What happened with the bite marks between my eagle's legs? What was that all about?
It's not between his legs, it's on the back of his leg. It's a human bite mark. Like I said, this is non-accidental. This isn't a one-time thing.
I think you did it on purpose. I really do. There's nothing I can do about it. Just leave it up to God. It's the only way I can do it.
Well,
but whoever did this, I sure hope they pay for it.
Well, that's what I'm here for, and that's why I wanted to talk to you. So there's not any allegations that I didn't give everybody a fair shake. I've talked to his family, I've talked to her family, so I've gone on both ways to...
I know you're going to find a way. I know you'll find a way to catch me.
It's not
but I don't have nothing to hide, you know what I mean? I just, I want whoever did this to pay for it. That little baby didn't deserve what he got.
No, he didn't.
And I really broke my heart at the rosary, you know what I mean? And
did you see him? Did you view him?
I tried to. He looked too dark. He didn't even look like my cousin.
No, he was caked in makeup, and there was reason for it.
He's resting now. So
he's in God's hands,
he's being held by God, and nobody can hurt him.
Yeah.
If this has been going on for a while, I sure hope whoever's doing it is paying for it. Because I took that really hard.
Tell me, as a mother, if you suspected that your boyfriend had been beating your daughters or hurting your daughters in any sense of the form, or you saw a bruise here, or, what would be your reaction?
My babies are very precious to me, and I would never let nobody hurt them, but I would not put them in a predicament like that either. I raised my babies to be very well-respected little adults, and I hope they do the same with theirs.
Yep, that's the best we can do.
I can't predict their future because I don't know. I'm still trying to find my future.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really took a toll on me and my daughter with this baby dying because it was the second one. And it's really heartbreaking.
Yeah. I was surprised to hear about Mike's boy.
That one was really, really hard. But my nephew was a big, big boy.
He was an eater?
He was big. He had a 3-foot coffin compared to Ethan's, and they were only a couple months apart.
Yeah, Ethan's a little...
He was tiny. Very, very tiny.
And do you know her brother?
I met her brother at the reception after the funeral.
Oh, okay. But before that?
It was the first time I've ever met her parents, the first time I've ever met her brother.
Were you confronted at all by the family?
No, they actually asked me who I was, because I got a very big family. My family is from Escobosa, Chilili, and But there's a lot of them I haven't met. Her dad asked me, well, he told me he was a CO in the jail. And her uncle is Captain Mora, retired from...
Did you know him from the jail? Did you recall?
You don't forget faces like that. And yes, I've never met him personally, but my son's goddad works there. No, that's my son's, So I more or less knew who the top people were.
Okay. Are you off from work today, or?
No, I took off yesterday to see Miss Wendy, but I have to come today. No, I'm supposed to be in at 12. I'm late.
Well, you got my card.
Yes, I do.
And if they have any question, they can call me.
Okay, I'll put my boss in the end up calling you though, because she's gonna wonder.
No worries.
But for you, I didn't even sign it in the day. I'm not trying to go to jail. I have to pay.
All right. Well, it's 12:20, and I'm concluding this interview with Donna Seiss here at 3010 Monte Vista in her probation officer's office with Wendy. How do you say your last name? Okay, there you go.
You've just heard one of the pivotal interviews from my case, a conversation that reveals how easily perception can become someone's reality. In the next episode, I'll hopefully be able to unveil more interviews and more documents as they arrive from the district attorney's office on my case. Thank you for listening, and if this story resonates with you, make sure to like, follow, share, and comment. Stay tuned for episode 3 on the Heart and Justice podcast. I'm your host, Juliana Diaz.